Previously on Wolverine, Sabretooth's war has taken a turn after assembling his army of alternate reality Sabretooths and attacking the mutant refugee at North Pole. It resulted the deaths of many mutants and Logan's son, Daken, and also Laura's capture. Not only that, Sabretooth is using the severed head of Quentin Quire to do his dirty work, hunting for the weapon of mutant depowering gun, which is hidden on the abandoned Krakoa. But Quentin manages to send a psychic signal to the X-Force and another one to the Exiles, so they all head towards the Krakoan island to save Quentin and defeat Sabretooth. On the other side, Wolverine went solo to stop Sabretooth, but he falls into a trap. Victor uses Quentin's psychic power to manipulate Wolverine and forces him to find the mutant depowering gun, as well as kill one of the Exiles in a most brutal way. And then Sabretooth uses the weapon on Wolverine, leaving him depowered. So without his healing factor, Logan is struggling to keep up with Sabretooth, and as he about to take Logan's life, Nekra shows up and deploys the killing seed and captures Sabretooth inside it, and the Exiles escape the place with the wounded Wolverine. Meanwhile, Laura tries to free herself from the Sabretooth ship, killing savage Sabretooth in her exit. She then sends a signal of her location to the X-Force, but on her way, she is confronted by Sabretooth's son, Graydon Creed, the Batseed, and he is here with his army to kill Laura and the remaining X-Force. Welcome to Comics Tube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 48 of Wolverine, Sabretooth War, Part 8. You can get the previous parts on this playlist. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up inside the exile ship while Logan is being treated, and inside his mind, he is remembering all the pains that Sabretooth has caused ever since he attacked the greenhouse, ever since he killed Daken, Quentin, and so many other mutants. Logan has been seeing red. His mind has been plugged into pain, fueled by rage. But when Quentin shot the psychic bolt into his brain, something shifted. Logan has done more than 100 years of living. He has been a witness and a participant of a lot of suffering, but he remembers there's been more than plenty of good too. Sometimes he forgets about that. The good and beautiful should be the reason he is fighting. He has spent a lot of his life trying to be alone because he is worried that others getting hurt because of him. But something or someone always pulls him back. There's a comfort in being with another warm body. He loves his family even they aren't belong to him, and he knows they love him too. On the other side, Sabretooth is trapped inside the killing seed, and he also remembering his past. Ever since he escaped that pit, ever since he started building his army, everything has been coming up roses. He was winning in this game of blood sport, but now everything's gone dark, and he is a prisoner, a victim now, just like he was so many years ago. His own father chained him, believed him as a monster. Then the experiment turned him into a beast, and he accidentally killed the love of his life. He had Logan in a trap, and now he is caught in one. He started this war with his army, and now he is alone. Meanwhile, at Orchid Station, Laura is surrounded by Graydon Creed and his army of Sabretooth. They all begin to corner her, but Laura tells Graydon the X-Force is coming to rescue her, and she also has disabled the ship's cloaking mechanism, and now they are seconds away from being attacked by the Stark Sentinels. They try to capture her, but Laura opens the ship's hatch and jumps into the sky, and while she is falling into the ground, the Sentinels detect the ship, and they all charge towards it to destroy the ship. On the other side, Logan regains his sense. Both of his hands are covered in blood, but he thinks losing his power, it might be good for him. He has seen so many deaths. The fact that he still is carrying all their deaths within him, it feels more like a curse than a power. Now he can't heal, and he has finally become one of the normal people, a walking carcass. And soon, the exile ship has arrived at the coast of the Alaska. Oya brings Logan to meet with the others, but not everyone is happy to meet with Logan, as Nekra believes they are wasting their time to help Logan. So he tells Nekra she is free to go whenever she wants, but right now he wants her help, and he knows she wants him too. Victor might be off the table, but they have got a whole army of Sabretooths yet to be taken down, and without their leader, it will be an easy job to kill them all. So Oya tells Third Eye to scan the area and see how many of them are in this place. But as he does that, Third Eye gets a massive shock in his mind. He feels the great danger and informs them Victor might be gone, but something worse has replaced him. Graydon Preet, the Bat Seed, and the panel then jumps back to Krakoa, where Graydon charges towards the Sentinels. Seeing that, Camo Sabretooth tries to warn him that he can't win, they can't be beaten, but Graydon is confident and he tells Camo to worry about the station. Graydon knows nothing here on Earth might be able to beat the Sentinels, but he doesn't belong from this Earth. His extra-dimensional takes should do the trick, and he hops into one Sentinel and begins to tear apart all the wires and circuits. The remaining Sentinels corner the ship, and one of them proceeds to destroy it. But before it happens, the Sentinel set gets blown into pieces, and it is Graydon Preet who has taken control of one Sentinel, and he begins to destroy the remaining Sentinels with ease. On the other side, Logan and the Exiles land on the surface, and Logan informs the team there is a hidden bunker at the center of this island, and that bunker has something that can help him to fight the army. But Nekra is still pissed at Logan, and on their way, they see a pack of bears. So before engaging in a fight, Logan tells them not to kill them. They aren't doing anything wrong. Actually, they are the invaders here, so all they have to do to scare them and force them to escape. After defeating those animals, they arrive at a location, and by Oya's help, the hidden bunker is revealed. Logan knew bad things will come, so he asked Forge to build him something, as he anticipated a day like this would come, a moment when all was lost, including his powers. And Logan then enters inside the bunker. Meanwhile, at North Pole, the X-Force received Laura's SOS, and it came with coordinates. It is from Krakoa, so she gathers her team to rescue Laura from the Sentinels and the Sabretooth army. But the problem is, there is no ship to get to Krakoa. So by Sage's order, Tom uses his powers, and with the help of Greenhouse, he begins to build a new ship. But then, Phoebe gets a psychic alert as Quentin contacts her and tells her that they need to hurry. There is a firefight happening on the sky of Krakoa. He can sense that Laura is in great danger, but that's not the only problem, as Sabretooth is also breaking free out of that killing seat. But hope still remains, as now Wolverine gets his adamantium armors and a Muramasa blade, and he tells the team to prepare themselves. They are going on a hunt to wipe out every single Sabretooth from this world. And with that, the chapter 48 of Wolverine Sabretooth War Part 8 comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share them on the comment section down below. And please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.